We're going to be doing dual recording on this one, on this device, and on this. So you may see angles from different parts of the show. We'll see how it tries out. Anyway, you know me, WJMC himself, and with me on the inaugural on the live cast, I guess, is, well, y'all might remember him from a different show. But yeah, the JND-MP4 boys are back again. And we're gonna switch to the webcam here. Hey! Not only getting a little close out, this is gonna be a little weird. It's the idea we're supposed to be putting in. So, what the hell's been going on with you, man?
Oh, life, dude.
Life.
Yep.
Too hard. And not in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. JND. Well, we can't call ourselves JND-MP4 anymore.
No, that is kind of DOA.
Dumbass on acid?
No.
Oh. Dork out of alignment.
No.
Got it.
Dead ode to asshole.
Well, and because of the way that our living situations are set up, we can't exactly do the JND-MP4 show like we used to, but we can still do the occasional WJMC as a team. So, let's say we go ahead and crank it out like old days, huh?
Why the fuck not?
Alright, most of you who are familiar with the WJMC and the JND-MP4 formats, no, nothing's going to be real different here. For those of you who aren't familiar, we're going to start off in the Media Center, which is basically our comedic take on roasting on the news, or at least the most important things that happen. And then we'll see what happens throughout here, because we were originally going to have a video 2 segment like we used to do, but I'm kind of getting burnt out on him. Besides, I'm not sure he would appreciate us doing that, considering it did kind of come from YouTube. But hey, we'll at least point to the link somewhere along here, so it'll be all good.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get into this. First thing on our block tonight, Lance Armstrong. I thought I hadn't heard of this in a while, so that kind of threw me. But apparently, the United States Anti-Doping Patrol, I'm not, something about Anti-Doping Task Force or something, they decided that all 7 of his Tour de France wins are officially considered null and void. According to them, he didn't win any of them. And they're barring him from cycling for the rest of his life. Problem is, last I knew he was already retired. So how does that work?
Well, first off, that just shows how much of a dope that they are.
Oh, I mean, way to crack with the original one on that one, dude.
Oh yeah, how about this? He lost his nut. Now he loses his win.
Well, at least neither of them was to a girl, though.
Touché.
You gotta give it at least a little credit. Now, I understand he's done a lot of anti-cancer research and whatnot, but the point is, there's a lot of people that are saying, well, if he didn't tip positive, then it shouldn't count. Only there has to be some evidence as far as the Anti-Doping Association, or whatever the organization that did this.
You know what it is.
There has to be at least some evidence going back as far as that first one. Otherwise, they wouldn't even do this.
It's probably people who are just fucking jealous that an American won a French competition. Repeatedly.
How many of those did he win in a row? Was it all 7 that he won in a row?
That he actually raced in, yeah, I believe so.
That figures. So let's see. Next on the block, we go from the tragedy of one Armstrong to the tragedy of another. Neil Armstrong ended up passing this week. God rest his soul. First man to ever walk on the moon, and definitely made a lot of contributions. But equally important, and this didn't get as much coverage as I thought it would, considering the liberal media, the way that it is. Jerry Nelson passed. Now, for those of you who may not know who Jerry Nelson was, he was the guy that puppeteered Sherlock Holmlock. I think that was what his name was. Camilla the Chicken, Count Von Count, and probably the most notorious one, Snuffleupagus. And MC Chris was actually one of the first ones that brought it to attention on Facebook. That dude is a bomb, by the way. Yeah, I don't even know. That's just weird. I haven't watched Sesame Street in a while, but just knowing that those critical characters aren't going to be the same, it's like, dude. I mean, it's...
Well, you know which one of my favorites.
Yeah. The Count.
Yep, Count One Count.
When he's a vampire, you would expect it. People would expect you to like the Count.
Oh, he's funny.
Not going to go there.
Except for his appearance on Family Guy, that wasn't too funny.
Well, it wasn't technically him on
Yeah, I
Family
know,
Guy.
but...
Yeah, I get what you mean. But we end up losing 2 legends, not just 1. So, we'll go from there.
Yeah, Pioneer on the Moon and a Pioneer in Muppetology.
The day Kevin Clash dies, I'm seriously going to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Elmo, Baby Dinosaur, and Splinter from the 3 Ninja Turtle movies.
Yep.
I will be bubbling mess at that point. So, from that note, we go to the UFC's 51 cancellation. Oh, we got a special request to cover this one. John Jones, what a perfect example of a lightweight champion he is. Light heavyweight champion, no less. Excuse me.
What the fuck is that anyway? Light heavyweight?
I'm guessing it's something similar to cruiserweight.
You're either freaking middleweight or you're freaking heavyweight, dude. Make up my fucking mind.
I can't even make up my mind half the time. How am I supposed to make up yours?
Seriously, light heavyweight, look. You're either a heavyweight or you're not, dude. Fucking.
I'm not going to argue on that one. Well, here's the thing, though. The light heavyweight is basically like a weight class. I believe that's how it works. Heavyweight is like 250 or up, and then there's several different classes that UFC has. They kind of did the same thing with the X Division on TNA, where there's like a certain weight limit that you have to be in order for it to even be in that division. So basically, what happened in this whole debacle was that Dana White, the president of UFC, had to cancel the most recent pay-per-view because John Jones' original opponent, Dan Henderson, ended up getting injured. He had a knee injury that wasn't going to heal by the time 151 came around. Okay, fine. So what was their idea? UFC had offered, okay, this guy can't fight you. How about this guy, Chael Sonnen? Sonnen was willing and able to go in this fight. Okay, let's get that out of the question first.
Maybe he was just a little too willing, and dude's like, okay, this guy's gonna kick my ass.
Well, here's the thing, though. Jones declined the match. Now, to be fair, UFC officials were the ones that made the official decision to cancel the match. However, Jones has been the one that's getting targeted by everyone as far as the negativity goes. Fans, fighters, media, and even Dana White himself have all targeted Jones as far as the 205-pound champion. See, I told you there was a weight limit. He's 25 years old. It's not exactly... Now, I understand UFC is a little different than pro wrestling, okay? You use a ladder match like Edge did all the time. You're getting years taken off your career. But how difficult is it to train for a specific opponent?
Well,
I mean, if you're training up for a fight, you're obviously training for a fight.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who the opponent is.
But training for each different opponent is going to be a little harder because you have to watch how that fighter moves. You gotta understand their mechanics of how they actually do the move they do, so that you can counter those to get them in the appropriate locks and or takedowns.
So it's kind of like how wrestlers, I know it's scripted, I'm aware of this, but it's kind of the same similar philosophy. You look at the footage to make sure that you know how they're doing their moves, so you can both sell the move properly, in WWE's case, or to counter the move.
Or you could also do it in the comparison that works even more broadly for the United States audience. Football teams watching each other's games in order to see how you play.
Okay, very good example. See, this is why I had him as a co-host in the first place, y'all. I don't even understand this. Now, here's the fun part. This replacement fighter has actually been the one who... Sonnen has been kicking Jones's ass bad in the media. But here's the fun part. Jones, instead of being a true man about it, instead of making a public statement, guess what he did? He used Twitter! He had to do the Twitter thing to do it. Carrying the cross for my company's decision. If someone has to take the blame, I will accept full responsibility for the way UFC 151 was canceled. You know what that sounds like? An apology.
Considering the fact that he says, if someone has to take the blame, I'll accept it. That's somebody who probably got paid to post that Twitter.
See, that's kind of where I was thinking with that.
Most people wouldn't sit there and say, it's my fault, I'll take the blame, yada, yada, yada. Most people would be like, okay, shit, I'm out. Please.
Something like that. But see, here's the stupid thing. It's not just one fucking fight. All the undercard fights that were originally planned for this have now been moved to other upcoming events. And Jones now has a new opponent in Vitor Belfort at 152. Okay, pardon me for sounding a little idiotic here, but if you... Okay, we have a guest and her phone's going off, so bear with us a little bit. But here's the stupid thing. You have one opponent get injured before the fight.
Yeah.
Another opponent steps up, and you refuse to do that. The fuck do you even have the right to call yourself a champion after that?
No, you do not.
So how come he gets another fight with another dude next month when he already can't force the whole event to get canceled in the first place?
An attempt to save face. That's the only thing I can think
of. The only face he's saving is his own. Now, here's where we're going to switch up a little bit. Normally I'm the one that reads the media center, but D over here had a story that he came up with that I didn't even know about because I've been out in the loop. I've been studying for school. I've been working. I've been taking care of my son. I've been doing all sorts of shit. I haven't had time to look up the media shit lately. So, take this one away, D. What was you wanting to talk about?
Okay. Apparently, sometime either last week or the week before, there was a shooting. Or several people got shot, I guess.
And as opposed to how it normally goes down?
At the Empire State Building. Several people were injured. 2 people died. Here's the kicker.
Okay.
One of the people who did was the dumbass who started shooting. I don't know if he started shooting people up, got a hair up his ass and pulled the trigger on himself, or, well, let's face it, this was New York. I'm sure somebody pulled out a gun and fucking returned fire.
Yeah, we are talking about a city that pretty much will say, fuck you, have a nice day.
Yeah, you sit there and pull a gun out and start shooting people. Somebody's going to whip out a 9 and bust a cap.
Somebody going to bust your ass.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly all went down. That's just the way I read it.
I'll try to have more information on this by the next time I post to WJMC, so we'll see what goes with that. The next story, our last story for the media center, is my personal favorite. It's what we call here the what the fuck moment of the week. And I can't even begin to explain the immense what the fuckitude of this one. Did you know that apparently they have international air guitar championships?
I knew about it, yeah, I didn't.
Would you like to know that the Americans won this time?
Who gives a crap? What other country wants to waste the damn time to
Our
sit
country!
there and you might as well be air jerking off. I mean,
Finland. You would expect anything less at this point?
I expected Japan, maybe. Because they're...
Well, they were part of the competition, but they didn't host it.
Of course.
Oh, but wait. It gets better than that. Our champion from America went under the code name of Nordic Thunder.
Yeah, the picture kind of looks like a wannabe fucking...
The picture looks like he's jerking off.
Yeah.
And about ready to pop another one in his mouth.
Yeah, but he's got the long hair and freaking long thick beard of...
I'm sorry, I can't look at this. I can't look at this picture and honestly take it seriously.
Dude, how many stories in the news can we fucking take seriously? How many politicians in office can we take seriously nowadays?
Need I point out the one where Obama's making out with another Democrat?
Need I point out Rupert,
a male
from freaking Survivor, is running for governor of Indiana?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait. The naked guy?
The bearded naked dude, yes. And to be quite honest, he's got quite a following and very well could win. Of all the other candidates, fuck, I'll vote for him.
Are you kidding me?
No, dude, he is. It was in the paper.
Oh!
Right on the freaking front page, man.
The dude, the first winner of Survivor, the exhibitionist,
yes,
is running for governor of our fucking state.
Yes. In his picture, ironically, though, he was wearing a rather nice-looking business suit.
Well, of course he's wearing a suit. He can't exactly make public appearances nude anymore.
This is Indiana, dude. One of the most redneck fucking states in the union. Hello.
Exactly my point. If it was California, of course he'd be able to show up nude.
Dude, if he showed up nude around here in Indiana, chances are there'd be at least half the audience sitting there ripping off their clothes to fucking join him.
I'm not sure I want to do this. Anywho.
The problem is, most of them would be the big fat hairy dudes. Am I wrong?
Sadly, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, unfortunately. So, now, we go to... we're going to go to D-Block. Since we haven't had a D-Block in a while, and this is probably going to be the last time we do this for a little while.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord, apparently you've already got something in mind.
Actually, I do. I've got a couple...
Excuse me for a second while I duck under the table.
Okay.
Is he done? Do it again, I dare you.
Anyway. The thing is, and this is going to be a weird D-Block. I normally have these fucking things scripted.
But that's the beauty of this show now, man.
We're fucking live and in concert. But,
of course, mine's still scripted, but that's aside from the point.
Well, I didn't really have much time to prepare something.
This was pretty last minute, folks.
My D-Block covers issues in video gaming.
Oh, fuck.
Let's start with the idiots. No offense to you people who actually do this, but you are idiots. You go into games like Halo,
We're not talking about teabagging, are we?
Yes, we are. The people who will come up in the middle of the live gameplay will shoot your ass, and then while you're lying there on the ground waiting to respawn, will teabag your ass. Then you have the dipshits who are campers.
Wait. I got one better than that. I saw footage one time of someone who had assumed the position in their death, and the person who did the teabagging motion making it look like they were screwing up the ass.
Alright, guy. Anyway.
I can't make this up.
Well, some of the weird-ass freaking physics in some video games, like Batman Arkham Asylum.
Dude, don't even get me started on digital penis, alright?
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about...
You're talking about physics. The first thing I think of is the downloadable content for GTA 4.
No.
What the penis?
When I'm thinking physics, I'm talking about the ragdoll physics they used when you beat the shit out of an enemy in, like, Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh. That ragdoll stuff is getting a little old.
Come on. People's heads stuck through walls, freaking knocking people's heads off and shit. Batman #1 was always a non-lethal fighter.
Yeah, and technically he still is in the Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games.
Well, yeah, because spoiler alert.
Whoa, let's not spoil.
Like I haven't already seen the video on YouTube, dude.
Let's not spoil. It's still too new of a game. We already talked about this. There's going to be a 5-year limit as far as spoilers go. Well, maybe 3. It's either 3 or 5. We're still debating on that.
Okay. Now that we got teabagging out of the way, and physics.
Oh, Lord, this is going to be like DX all over again.
Let's bounce back to the campers. Those are the people...
Were we talking about Eric Bischoff or something?
No.
Okay.
By campers, I mean the people who will sit there and go to the point where you're supposed to, like, capture the flag and shit in some of the games.
Okay.
And they will wait for the other people to show up to try and steal the flag and unload on them. I mean,
so what's the problem with that?
It's an unfair advantage. Yeah, it's...
How is that an unfair advantage, though? That's strategy.
Yes, it's good military strategy, but sometimes you got to realize you're dealing not only with experienced gamers. Occasionally, you might be dealing with some level 2 noob or some shit.
Aren't they usually put on a different server than the experienced guys?
Not always. Especially in games like Skyrim.
Skyrim has multiplayer?
Yes.
This is how far off I've been. I was
Especially
not aware.
on the computer. Yeah.
I was not aware that Elder Scrolls had MMO now. I know they were developing one, but I didn't realize they had multiplayer yet.
I think it was a DLC. But
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, they have, like, you can die just because you're walking through a freaking field and some dude who's like 40 levels higher than you gets a stick up his ass to stick a sword up yours.
Now here's another thing, and let me see if this bothers you. The people who sneak up behind snipers do like this. Okay, for a physical example here, let's say I'm playing Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
I'm not playing the most overhyped game in history here.
Well,
nor would I play any of the Call of Duty series anyway, but that's a separate point.
The reason I said Modern Warfare 3 is because I actually had that one at the house.
So now I'm going to have to blow shit up. I'm going to have to go to your place before I go to school and blow shit up, just so I'm relieved enough stress to where I don't throw the controller at people at school.
Probably not, considering it's actually Marlena's sister.
I will punch her in the mangina.
Yeah, but the house is also on her name. She can poke Anyway, back to your visual.
Okay.
Sniper on the roof.
Okay. Sniper on the roof. You sneak up behind him. You press this little X button. Boom! You quickly send him a message. Like, haha, got your nuts. send, and you've already lined up your shot. You're taking this extra time for humiliation's sake. You send the message, you fire your gun, and you get them right between the butt cheeks. They're dead. Now, wouldn't that piss you off if you were on the receiving end of that?
Yes, very much so. Although I have been known to make some very interesting kill shots.
Yeah, but you don't go so far as to message the person you're about to kill, going, "Ha, got your nuts, fucker."
No, I don't. I just shoot them. Fuck it.
Exactly, that's the point.
And I don't even sneak up behind the sniper. I'll peg his ass from the ground. I don't give a shit.
I think when they do that, it's supposed to be like another level of humiliation. Like, it's bad enough that
I thought that's what
you got taken out.
Teabagging was for.
There's several different levels of you're a dick moves. Okay.
Now moving.
There's a certain level of troll moves that you can do, and there's two of them.
Moving away from the issues like that. Now we're going to go into actual characters and content.
Oh shit.
Starting off with one of my favorite bitch fests. Lollipop Chainsaw.
Wait a minute. I don't remember playing that game. Is that the one where the slutty cheerleader has that fucking chainsaw from hell?
And goes killing zombies? Yeah, that would be.
I thought she was cutting all boyfriend's dicks off. That changes the context of the game right there.
Might as well be. Anyway. Now, one positive to the game.
She's not wearing a thong?
No, one of the voice actors is Tara Strong.
Oh!
So Harley Quinn got her start playing Hello Kitty. Fucking Bubbles from Powerpuff.
The slut from National Lampoon's Senior Trip. Okay, yeah, I remember her.
That would be her, yes.
I would screw her.
One of the best voice actors in the world, and many don't know this, but she comes from Canada.
And she's also Riku, if I remember correctly.
Yes, she was. She was Riku from the Final Fantasy series. Anyway, she does the voice of the main character, the cheerleader. A cheerleader killing zombies, yeah, I'll buy it. Whatever. Apparently,
they had a vampire slayer that was a cheerleader, so
yeah, why the fuck not? I mean, zombie killer, vampire slayer, what the fuck ever.
Okay.
Anyway, supposedly her whole family is these monster hunters. And some dickhead goth at her school decided to get a bug up his ass and cast a spell over everything, raising the dead. My main issue is, in one of the first fucking scenes in the damn game, your boyfriend, the cheerleader's boyfriend,
I'm about to say, I don't have a boyfriend,
gets bitten on the arm by a zombie trying to protect you, of all things. So, in the cutscene that follows, to save his life, your character cuts off his fucking head with said chainsaw and begins wearing it around on your ass.
Wait.
And it actually talks to you.
Okay, let me get this straight, just so I'm See, I've already gone Obama stupid. I've already got. No, wait. I forgot. It's Romney stupid. We equally hate on the politicians here.
Or we could even go so far as W.
Don't get me started on the last time you brought up W on the podcast.
Bam, elimination, lack of education.
Let's just say we had FBI profiles on us for a while because of him.
Anyway, your comment?
Or at least, let me get this right. Any other context of the game, you cut somebody's heads off, they're dead.
Yes.
Cheerleader, stripper, zombie killer cuts off her boyfriend's head.
Who gets energy, ironically, by eating high sugar content lollipops. Hence the name of the game. Lollipop Chainsaw.
Am I the only one that's even slightly confused at this point?
Oh, wait. It gets better.
Better than cutting your boyfriend's head off so he can live.
Sources say, by sources I mean the game's website.
Oh, this ought to be good.
One of the final bosses is, get this, a supersized, both tall and wide Elvis zombie.
Really?
I'm talking Empire State Building sized Elvis zombie.
Fucking seriously?
Yeah. And there are 2 different endings. The happy ending and the bad ending. And that depends on how many of your fellow students you can keep from becoming zombie bait.
Fuck the rest of the students, I'm just going over myself.
Then you'll get the bad ending, which I already know what that is.
I don't give a fuck about the... If I'm gonna chainsaw and I'm... Fuck the rest of the school, I'm down!
You would think that, wouldn't you?
No one else would have saved me when I was getting bullied. Fuck you!
Wouldn't have been much of a fucking game, though, if she ran like a bitch.
But, wait a minute. That could have been a whole different game. I wonder what that could have been. Oh wait, Resident Evil! Of course!
Yeah. Anyway, apparently, you also use, like, certain special power-ups to go to the mall to buy upgrades on moves. Yeah, combos. All to make what is supposed to be a monster killer from birth better.
Wait a minute. She is supposed to be a monster killer from birth, yet you happen to buy
Trained
upgrades.
from the minute she was able to walk. Yes, you have to upgrade her abilities.
This is turning into the stupidest game I've ever heard of, and I've never even played it.
It's also starting to sound a lot like another game Tara Strong did a voice in. One that I mentioned in the physics. Batman Arkham Asylum.
Right.
Because Batman, ultimate crime fighter, one of the richest motherfuckers in history,
Okay.
has to buy upgrades to his armor, his grappling gun, his batarang, all this crap. He has to earn experience points in order to buy it from Wayne Tech. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, he's fucking Bruce Wayne. He owns Wayne Tech. Why should he have to buy shit?
Dude, you kind of have a point there, but there's also legalities of the matter. Embezzling funds for your own private uses?
Since when have corporations given a shit about that?
Since when has any corporation ever been run by Bruce Wayne? We already know he's beyond the average individual.
Yes, so why in the hell should he have to pay for the upgrades? He should already have that shit. You should start off the game with every freaking item.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be much of a game if he did that. Take a look at the Metroid system for Other M. Yeah, she's got all her systems, but there's an authorization system involved.
True. And I've watched a lot of the top 10 video game yada yada on YouTube. And some of
Shout out to Josh Scorcher.
Some of them are decent. Some of them make me want to puke. They even have a top 10 gratuitous boob shots in video games.
I haven't seen that one yet.
One of the first games mentioned, ironically, is God of War.
Look at one of the monsters that you faced in that game, though.
Medusa.
I was thinking more along the lines of Clotho.
I haven't actually played the game. I've just seen the videos, dude.
Let me put it like this.
I mean, it looks like fun. Shit.
Let me put it like this. Broodmother from Dragon Age Origins.
Okay.
Giant size and blue.
Okay.
And with a face that not even your mother could love.
I'm still trying to figure out a little something about the God of War series.
Okay.
Yes, he made a deal with Ares to freaking become this great fucking warrior.
Okay.
What exactly compels a person, just because he was made a great warrior by a god, to slaughter his own fucking family?
I believe that's where one of the games they're coming out with lately comes into play. I remember them saying something about a game coming in between the time that Kratos ended up becoming this entity and about the time he finally turns on the gods.
I don't give a crap how focused or whatever I am. Yeah, I on occasion see red, and when that happens, you don't want to be around me. But your wife and kid, dude. And then, to add insult to injury, the gods curse you to have to wear their freaking ashes for the rest of eternity. And as for the red marks on Kratos, those were originally worn by his freaking brother who was killed, and he had them tattooed on his body as a way to honor him. It was probably the coolest fucking thing Kratos ever did.
Okay.
Forget the God of War crap.
Anyway, you were going about the top 10 lists.
Yeah. Gratuitous boob slips. Really? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a dude.
At least last we checked.
I like titties.
If we have authorization as of yesterday, he is.
I like titties as much as the next dude.
Your girlfriend is so going to kill me by the time this is all said and
done. But, when I'm playing a video game, I'm trying to escape from reality a little bit. Yeah, I know in reality most people don't walk around with their tits splashing. But, it's like, really? You guys actually found enough games to quantify a top 10 list? There's apparently a website that has 30? Oh my fucking god. Where do you guys find the freaking time to look for this shit?
That's kind of one of the things I was wondering.
I mean, yeah, I've heard of freaking codes and crap where you can make all the females naked. The old code in Tomb Raider to see Lara naked. Why?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, is our reputation as geeks that bad where they think these kind of codes are what we are desiring?
Most of us actual game players don't even like the concept of using Game Genie because that makes the games too fucking easy for us. When we put in a game in our console, we want a fucking challenge.
Yeah, and then we got all these COD games made for all these 18 to 25-year-olds that are going in the mood. But you put them in front of a regular Nintendo game like Mega Man 2. Fuck, this is hard, I can't do this! Ah! Dude, you're on Flashman's level. That's one of the easiest ones to freaking do!
And
it's still hard. I slip and slide everywhere. Well, what do you think that you're going to end up with Mario 3? Is in when you get to the Iceland there? There's an Iceland in Mario 3? Yeah, go back to high school. You need an education in video games.
See, that's the thing. Kids today talk about how challenging the newer games are. I got a few words for you. Operation Wolf NES version.
I tried playing that a couple of days ago. Kick my ass.
That game.
I actually had to figure out what the controls were for 5 seconds.
That game, you're lucky if you can get 5 seconds into the damn first level before you're capped. You just about had to have Game Genie just to freaking get past the first level.
Oh, and don't get me started on Robo Warrior. There's footage I managed to grab for an upcoming top 10. This dude makes it look so freaking easy to get past the first level.
You know why they do that? The guy sits there and plays it for hours, and then records himself playing it after he's gotten so good. He's memorized the game's enemy patterns. And
there was a kid that commented on this saying, I love that game. I played it when I was 7 years old. You must have been a gaming prodigy or had the Game Genie, bitch.
That's what
There's no I couldn't even figure out how to pass the first screen of level 2 in that game.
Ninja Gaiden?
Oh,
Bird.
Don't get me. Don't.
Bird on a cliff. Every time you tried to jump from one side to the other, fucking eagle, dead ninja. I'm sorry? Is that like air traffic control for eagles or some shit? Then you got, let's see.
We got ninja coming in over here!
You are clear for a landing. Castlevania 2.
Contra Hardcore.
Touché.
Most people don't even know that game. And you're right about Castlevania 2. That was actually one of the first games I played in the NES. Fuck, that was... I thought I was actually progressing for a little while until I got to that big pool of water. I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to do.
There's that. Plus, you also have to figure out how to get through some... Fucking the whirlwind you had to fucking ride to Castle Dracula.
Oh, fuck.
Then,
of course, you get Contra Hardcore.
But, sticking with Castlevania for a second, the slow-ass text.
Beep, 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 beep.
What a horrible night to have a curse.
You know what the curse is? The fact that you couldn't speed the text up on that fucking game.
No shit, dude. I'm glad they learned a little bit in some of the subsequent Castlevanias. Damn.
This is one of the few times where my brother says, I don't get past this cutscene! That at least would have helped.
Well, that's one good thing about some of the more modern games. All you have to do is push or hold one button for a few seconds and the cutscene's over.
Well, yeah, but then you missed out on potential information that could help you later out in the game. That's where my brother's problem was. He'd be like, skip.
Just like,
hey, wait a minute, where am I supposed to go? I have no idea from here. If you'd paid attention to the cutscene, you would have been able to figure out that you were supposed to go into that door, collect the key, come back out, go to the other door. How do you know that? Because I paid attention, bitch!
Not to mention the fact that some of the cutscenes I've seen, they've made actual full movies just from the cutscenes in some video games on YouTube.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Some of them are actually entertaining. I mean, like some of the Castlevania later games.
Oh.
The Men of Innocence. Oh. Hell yes, that was.
I still prefer the redhead succubus compared to the blonde.
Very much so. I mean, yeah, she's not exactly the smartest character or villain in the game, but did you really have to make her blonde? I mean,
hey, I was just happy to get the electric guitar and Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
That was badass. But yeah, going back to where I was going with it. Contra Hardcore.
It was indeed hardcore.
That was one of the fun. Dude. See, most people don't understand that's a Genesis game.
Yep.
Oh. And most people don't understand. If you went a certain way, you could build up on men. They didn't have the fucking Konami code on that one. For some reason, they didn't have the Konami code on the Genesis version. But I'm just saying.
That's another problem I have with some of the video game videos on YouTube nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, for Skyrim, there's like 50 different identical fucking videos telling you how to get, quote, unlimited cash.
Yeah,
and it all shows you basically the same damn path, the same damn trick that you've seen 50 million times in 50 other fucking videos. Go on, it's out there, don't post it.
Yeah, you think after the first 5 or 6 videos demonstrating the same thing, people would have got the fucking hint by now.
Yeah, I know. It's just duh. And if you can't really earn the shit by yourself, then what's the fucking point of playing the game?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I mean, you take all the fun out of it.
Now, there are some ways that there's no possible way you're going to be able to get the game other than the codes. For example, Beautiful Joe. Beautiful freaking game. Wonderful difficulty settings. But in order to get the coolest, and don't even get me started on the whole subtitling thing that they do with the later characters. I mean, the whole Twitch thing is kind of eerie. Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, something about the twins tickling each other with romantic music playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, then.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay, this concludes this installment of D-Block. These are just a few of the multitudes of things that piss me off.
I have a feeling we're going to be getting video submissions from him just about every week with one of these.
Well, that might be a little difficult.
Every other week, then?
It might be even more difficult than that, considering that my nephew broke my headset.
But wait a minute, most of these... How do you think we're doing this?
My computer doesn't have a button.
Then I'll lend you a microphone to do it.
Well, fine, whatever, shit. Then yeah, fuck, I'll send you videos. Shit.
So next we'll jump to my pre-recorded WJMC's anti-themes. What could I possibly have that brought WJMC back to the forefront in the first place? Oh, where do I even begin? Okay, well, I was talking to work with someone, and they started saying that something about Barbie came up. And at first, of course, the first thing I think of is... Yeah, that was a little weird even for me. Okay, let's not even go there. First things first, though, it got me thinking of another problem. Why... And this is something else I've been noticing. Everyone's talking about, well, if you want perfect, then go get a Barbie doll. Hello? Does anyone actually really know the history of the Barbie doll? You're about to. In this special edition of the Antithesis, I like to call Barbie in the Brand. Yeah, you're gonna find I get a little disturbing on these, especially with the video content now. Just roll with it, it'll make things a lot easier. So what possibly could I have an issue with on Barbie? Well, let's go to the details first. Let's see. All the Barbie dolls are impossibly thin, impossibly beautiful, and impossibly well-developed. Yeah, if there was any more of a definition of plastic, Barbie would fit the bill. She's obviously had enough plastic surgery to last for a while. Now, to their credit, apparently Mattel decided to do a redesign of the Barbie figure, but that didn't exactly work. Was there any obviously noticeable difference in the Barbie doll? Did anybody even see any difference? Then we get into the actual source of where Barbie came from. Apparently, it was one woman's idea to immortalize her little girl into a doll for children to have better self-image of themselves. Yeah, look how far that got you. So she got named after the daughter Barbara, or Barbie. Okay, I'll give you that one. That was at least a decent catch. Then Ken comes into the picture. This had to be the conversation at that mom's place. Well, Kenny, here's the thing. We're going to make a doll based on you. And it's going to have your name on it. But it's going to be really hunky. It's going to be having that great head of hair. It's going to have abs, which I know you don't have. And the best part is we're going to pair him up with Barbie. Oh, cool. We're going to be brother and sister. Actually, I had a different thought. We're going to have them as non-related characters, and they're going to be dating. What? Yes, in probably the most ironic case ever, a brother and sister in real life got immortalized into lovers in the dolls! I don't even know where to begin with the issues that one could cause! Okay, fine. That was bad enough. Then we start looking into Barbie's employment history, and we start seeing some really messed up things. She's apparently been a doctor, a veterinarian, a dentist, a teacher, a construction worker. And then she's been a princess, a fairy, a mermaid. Are those even real professions? The only one they haven't figured out how to make yet is the cheerleader turned stripper Barbie. Oh, but wait. Someone else already beat her to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbie and the Bratz.
I'm gonna scratch your eyeballs out if you're not careful.
What can I say about the Bratz that hasn't already been discussed at some point? Let's be real here. They are large heads, skinny body, almond-shaped eyes, which basically translates into anime eyes, with eyeshadow no less, and lush, glossy DSL. So, okay, let me get this right. These are toys, these are dolls, mind you, being marketed toward 10 to 14-year-olds. And they look like this. Who was the lead of your marketing department? P. Diddy? Okay, that was bad enough. But then, oh, now they introduced the boys. Yeah, they got the boys now, and they look all hood and shit. Yeah. And they're still as stereotypical as Ken goes as far as what girls go gaga for. I'm not exactly one to call it out like this, but in these lines of dolls, the men are objectified as much as the women are. Let's not apologize here. So, and then we get the newborns, the angels. Are you fucking kidding me? We don't need little baby Bratz. We get enough of the bratty attitude when I try to get my son to do something and start storming off. I don't need a daughter eventually that's going to end up doing the same thing just because I took her away her little Bratz couture clothing line. Yeah, they've come out with that too. I don't want my daughter dressing up like this.
Awesome rock on her, though. Oh, true that.
And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, then they come out with the B-Bratz. You can be your own Bratz doll, yo, by putting in a USB keychain. It take your doll online, name it, create a social online homepage. So let me get this right. Now you're promoting slut behavior online. Oh, but according to the Daily Telegraph, a Brat spokesman said the core values are on friendship, hair play, and a passion for fashion. When a girl's skirt is shorter than a paperclip, and this is supposed to be a doll? Hello? We're not exactly talking about rocket science here. So, okay, let me get this right. And this came as the APA Task Force, American Psychological Association. This was their exact quote, as pulled from the Wikipedia page. Bratz dolls come dressed in sexualized clothing such as miniskirts, fishnet stockings, and feather boas. And they're marketed to 4 to 8-year-olds. These were supposed to be dolls representing high school freshmen. And you're going to put them in the hands of 48-year-old girls when they're looking like something their mom would wear if she was still on the prostitute scene. Yeah, way to avoid the prostitute logic on that one. Between 2004 and 2010, there were 2 different lawsuits. One from Mattel to MGA, and the other from MGA to Mattel. Now, keep in mind, this is in an age where they've already bombarded the scene with video games, TV series, movies. Both of these lines have, mind you. And then they're going to start suing each other. Oh, this is too much like the other one. The Bratz fashion doll was infringing on copyrights from the Barbie doll, but the My-Scene Barbie dolls copied the looks of the Bratz dolls. The fact that both lines of toys are still even being made scares the fuck out of me. And let's not even get into the Monster High bullshit. Really? You're marketing fashion dolls that look like monsters to the same market that you're advertising the Bratz dolls to. People often wonder why our kids act up the way they do. Look at the fucking source! You got little boys playing games like Call of Ops. You got little teenagers playing GTA and Call of Duty Black Ops. You got little girls playing with dolls that look like a hooker from the $5 Best Western offer. And then you have the parents like me who are trying to prevent people from getting this shit. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Do we really need another line of horror dolls out there? Or another shoot-'em-up action game? This is one place where I say that even being a good parent's not going to help. Because sooner or later, your kids are going to end up getting exposed to this crap. I mean, but the thing that you can do as parents is to educate your kids and tell them, hey, this is not right. This is not the way you're supposed to be acting. This isn't appropriate for someone like you to have. You need to have something more like this. People often get onto the manufacturers, and they rightfully so, should be blamed for at least part of the problem. But isn't it your problem as a parent that this doesn't get to the point where your daughter starts asking for miniskirts the size of which you could almost confuse for a fucking belt? Really? You're going to try to blame the manufacturer when you're allowing that shit to happen? Try again in a couple of months. We'll see how you do. This is This is JMC, your anti-sexist resident jackass, and that's my anti-thesis for this episode. Well, apparently in the process of my recording of the anti-thesis, his butt cheeks fell asleep.
Well, dude, I'm sitting in this hard, flat wooden chair. It doesn't exactly give much support.
Man, I really have missed doing this, though. Something about this format has just, it seems to work. Now, granted, it's a bit long because we're used to doing this JND-MP4 style, with me being by myself, everything should condense down considerably. But for the most part,
I had fun. Good to be back.
so we may end up seeing you a bit more regularly then, huh?
More than fucking likely. Because there's always something to piss me off.
And worst case scenario, we'll probably end up getting... I wonder if your phone takes videos at least. Oh, wait.
Very short.
Right. We'll get something figured out where you can contribute more, because it just wouldn't be the same without at least some sort of contribution every once in a while.
Oh.
Maybe we can set up a Daniel's Dimes thing. I don't know.
Well, last time we tried Daniel's Dimes, nobody freaking sent anything.
Well, with this actually uploading this to YouTube, that might change. If you happen to have a question for Daniel, so that the next time he's here, he'll be able to actually answer them for you, go ahead, give us a video response. Type a question in. Put it on my Facebook. Comment on YouTube. We'll answer it next time.
And no question is taboo.
No question is too wrong. No question is off limits. No subject is too taboo. We're basically uncensored and unedited at this point.
And unfucking apologetic.
There are a couple of words we're not going to be saying. But,
GD.
yeah, we've pretty much limited ourselves up to that one. But, for the most part, we're back to the usual JND-MP3 format that you guys are accustomed to. And since I'll be by myself most of the time, these will be condensed quite a bit. But, yeah, we'll definitely have you back on more than one occasion. And who knows, maybe he'll come up with something that even I didn't think of like this last time. So anyway, I'm JND-MC.
I'm Daniel.
You're not going to use your code name?
What's sweet daddy day? Ha ha!
Until next time, folks.